A tax-loose XRP pump sounds too properly to be genuine. However, we're going to be supplying you with the replace on the cut-in, the slash-in, and the recovery of the Republic of America of America. And boy, is it getting desirable. You can tell who's deeply tied into the corruption by who's crying and screaming the most. We were given a little bit of that to show you. We're going to give you the overall replace here, although modern events, monetary markets, and the way to take advantage of the best transfer of wealth in world records. Now, quick disclaimer, nothing here is supposed to be economic, tax, or criminal recommendation, so please visit your experts, and optimistically, we might not even should have a number of these specialists if we just take away some of this stuff. President Trump looks like billions of greenbacks were stolen at USAID and other groups, a whole lot of it going to the fake information media as a payoff for developing exact stories about the Democrats. The left-wing rag called Politico seems to have acquired $8 million. Did the New York Times acquire money? Who else did? This may be the most important scandal of them all, perhaps the biggest in history. The Democrats can't conceal from this one. Too large, too grimy. Remember, we're now not right here to play politics. However, can all of us inform me that they helped $20 million being paid to Angelina Jolie in order that she will go do a picture shoot in Ukraine? Or Ben Stiller getting paid $4 million, was that a good use of taxpayer dollars? How approximately Sean Penn also? Yeah, I forget about these Hollywood actors. I do not pay attention anymore. However, now they're resurfacing, popping out of the woodworks here whilst it's time to go perform a little picture shoot, make a bit checky test. I bet Hollywood ain't paying what it used to, and so we're exposing all of it. And I'm simply curious, purpose taken into account, politics aside, Trump makes a factor on the Democrats. However, I just say America first. I simply say, please provide an explanation for why we need to be spending this money. And hey, whilst Elizabeth, I got a plan for that, Warren is squealing. I suppose we is probably over the goal. Parents, Trump and Elon are going for walks, a wrecking ball through the government. We constructed a government to work for each person. That's proper. Everybody's going to win, proper. We're higher off when we put money into infrastructure and charge systems so human beings don't get cheated. Oh, preserve up. I hadn't seen this. She says that we must put money into payment structures. Meanwhile, she wishes us to be full CBDC manipulate, no ability for us to hold crypto privately. And what do you believe you studied? She thinks approximately removing the taxes in the IRS and reducing and slashing. She's in complete meltdown on MSNBC. They're doing their protests in front of, in DC right now, just full-on meltdown panic in DC due to the fact the swamp is certainly going to be audited. You see, that is the thing, is just via pronouncing that we're going to take a glance, they're in full freak out, complete panic. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why can't we simply get a touch audit? Why cannot we simply recognize in which it is going? What's incorrect with setting the treasury payments on blockchain so that the American human beings can track it in actual time? What's incorrect with that? But she says now Trump and his co-president, Elon Musk, are running a wrecking ball through it. Yes, it really is the factor. We're no longer going to forestall. It will continue. So cry tougher. And Elon Musk posted this meme, a notion that this turned into ideal. The same people afraid of Doge desired to rent 87,000 additional IRS sellers to audit you. But God forbid we move audit the IRS, which is what Elon Musk suggested the day before today. Now I upload onto that, I say it truly is a top-notch start. I adore it. Let's audit, then abolish. And we can also virtually need to ship bills back out because while you overpay, do they send you the money returned? Number in truth, they could even tack on a penalty for making an overpayment. That's how backwards and corrupt and not operating for the American humans this device absolutely is. I've completed this before. When we paid payroll taxes a few years in the past, we overpaid by 2 cents, get hit with a penalty, we overpaid. And also you try to discern out how a lot you owe, in which you can make a charge at. It's the maximum backward device. And so allows, remove it. Let's simplify it. Give us a flat tax. And it really is how I suppose that we are heading into, I got thought for modern day video and to name it tax-free XRP pump due to the fact I think that we're legitimately going to be having a communique about this. There is a real opportunity that this takes region, now not simply on no capital profits on US cryptos. That became just a begin. It's like I said, whilst he said no tax on pointers, that was only a start. Then it went to no tax on social safety benefits. That changed into just a start. And now it is long gone to, well, we might simply put off the whole application. Not bad. And so I would give an inspiration from Rob Cunningham here. Huge shout to Rob, excellent patriot. He says, listen ye, pay attention ye, through proclamation. I hereby request on behalf of all lawful Americans the following. Given the quantum pace of 2025 Doge spending cuts, foreign useful resource and federal hiring freezes, predicted new tariff sales, predicted new oil drilling sales, the USAID fraud, treason, and crimes against humanity, and the termination of all federal investment to sanctuary towns, we, the people, trust that federal profits tax collections in 2025 need to not be required and forever excused for all individuals and families. By gooved order, we, the people of America, humbly and respectfully request President claim 2025 to be a federal tax-free holiday year in all instances. Given susceptible monetary conditions, newly determined US aid fleecing of America, the extensive looting of our treasury, and the urgent want for the revitalization of America's spirit and economy, this goved order must be carried out in the country-wide security interest of America. Amen. Hereby entered into the general public domain through X in this 5th day of February 2025 via Robert E. Cunningham from Milton, Georgia. And look at our correct brother right there with President Trump. Rob, from your lips or out of your Twitter arms to God's ear, allow it be, let it's actual. Okay, we are here for it, and we are heading in that route. We are simply heading in that direction, and we are going to be having that conversation, and you adore to see it. And you want to see a growth in America, set us loose, set us unfastened, and by way of the manner for those that neglect, as it wasn't taught to you in history, so I can't blame you, it wasn't taught to us in history. Don't get me started on that indoctrination application taking vicinity there. It's a blessing that we're going to be removing the Department of Training. They failed to educate us, that we survived, and in reality thrived. We prospered, and we were the wealthiest nation in the international earlier than we had the profits tax, and we nevertheless are, you realize, no matter the load that has been positioned on the American human beings, we nonetheless stay to be one of the maximum rich international locations within the international. But consider the capital, it really is going to be freed up. The funding, the entrepreneurs, the freedom, it really is going to be experienced, and the innovation and creativity that comes while you're in that vicinity. When you're burdened, there is no manner out. You seemingly sense like there may be no manner out. You haven't any sources at your discretion. You sense such as you cannot even get going. Versus while you're freed up and allowed to assume without thinking about, good day, my next charge to this tax business enterprise, my next bill right here, the American human beings had been careworn. Oh, I could begin up a enterprise and get going. And I can tell you as a small commercial enterprise proprietor, it appears so backwards due to the fact the extra hit you are, the extra you get punished, the extra you end up paying. And you get to questioning on the give up of the 12 months, you sit down with your accountant and you suspect, why did I make all this cash? I must have just labored a normal process and now not created jobs, now not created more prosperity for different people. Now, in the meantime, that is all getting cleaned up and it's transferring at quantum tempo, as Rob described. Now, the aspect is even though, in case you've got to lean into this, just due to the fact we are going to do away with regulations, we're going to put off taxes, does not imply that you may just sit down for your arms and money's going to rain down on you. Doesn't mean that oldsters aren't nevertheless going to get shaken out in their XRP investment. But I just asked this question, why might you be selling or eliminating your US primarily based cryptos whilst this is on the desk? Why might you be offloading and getting rid of those before we are about to open up this country? And upload a number of those assets doubtlessly to strategic stockpiles, to national reserves, to sovereign wealth price range.